But let's switch to Brock, because Brock went under the knife, and I will read from The Athletic by Jeff Howe and Matt Barrows. They wrote that he underwent successful surgery Friday to repair the ruptured ulnar collateral ligament in his right elbow. Purdy's expected to begin throwing in 3 months, so this isn't the reconstruction that we had talked about and that we were worried about. And he should be recovered in 6 months, which will put him near a week 1 return. Obviously, the surgery was delayed. His doctor was Keith Meister, who's a physician for the Rangers. And Meister has extensive background in elbow injuries, which are more common in baseball. So I know the guy's young, but we talked about this on the last show, is because he's young, because he has his career ahead of him, I'm not sure not that I don't believe the week 1 thing. Like, I'm sure they want him there, but at some point, I think they will probably change that date. And I would be surprised if Trey Lance is not the starting quarterback week 1 of the season.
He would have to be awful. I would think he would have to be awful for them to for him not to be the one who to go all through training camp, go all through preseason, and then, okay, Brock, you're cleared. Here you go. You have no practices or very few practices, because I mean, if we just go by the dates that we're looking at right now, 6 months is basically week 1.
Mm-hmm.
6 months from today is week 1. So, I just don't see how we go through the entire offseason program, training camp, preseason, and this guy's quarterback 1, and then that we just roll Brock out there. I guess that could happen. I guess they could be so alarmed by what they see from Trey, and were so hardened by what they saw last season from Brock that they make him QB1 week 1. But I would doubt that. I would think that barring something really unforeseen, it would be Trey. And then as we move forward, it maybe goes to a kind of week to week kind of high school king of the mountain type thing, where if Brock is ready and he wants to call out Trey, take his job, then we do that. But yeah, so that I would hopefully by week 1 we're in a position where Brock is they're comfortable enough with him where he can be QB2, and then whoever the other guy is can slide into that 3 role, and then we're ready to roll for week 1. That would be how I would think it would play out.
We didn't have an opportunity to see this last year because, of course, Trey got hurt. But I wonder if Shanahan sees scenarios in his offense that if Brock is QB1, there are packages for Trey that are just so tantalizing that he does kind of mix it up here and there, just to keep defenses honest, including, certain scenarios where, you want to keep people thinking about it, right? Like, you guys have to kind of game plan for 2 QBs here. We're not just going to show you one look. Here's what we can do at Brock. And, oh, yeah, we got this guy who can throw the ball 75 yards on a laser and who can run. And you kind of have to pay attention to packages with both guys.
That's what you saw in training camp last year. Is it with Trey at quarterback, the defense has to defend every blade of grass from sideline to sideline, and from to the farthest end of the other goal line. I mean, to the other boundary. He can get the ball there from everywhere, and he did routinely. And the way he, I can't. I wish they don't let you record that, but the day that they installed, the first day they did quarterback run game install, It was a thing of beauty. It was a thing of beauty. He took it to the house twice. Once, the very first run was a 65-yarder around the left-hand side, and nobody, I understand it's not tackle, but nobody would have grabbed his flags. Nobody would have two-hand touched him. Nothing. It was just, he just outran the best defense in the league. It was beautiful. And then he took another one to the right side, 35 yards. It was just, and I understand people didn't see that, and all they saw is him get stood up and get hurt, and oh no, don't run the ball. But I'm telling you, man, this dude, he's different. And I basically, just as a player's guy, I just want to see this dude get his fair opportunity. I'm a 49er fan, so I would love to see him get that opportunity here. But if they don't think he's the guy, just don't F him over. Get him out of here. Go somewhere, let him go somewhere else and shine somewhere else. Don't mess him over. If Brock is your guy, then that's beautiful. There are 31 other places, or maybe not that many. There are other people that got quarterbacks, but hell, Houston don't got one. There are places where you could go, and I know that's not their job, is to put him in the best situation for him to thrive. That's I know that's not what they're in the business of doing, but that's what I want to see, is if it's not here, that he gets a shot, that his career isn't just derailed and short circuited here and behind some political BS. I just hope that doesn't happen.